Ron, in one of our previous clips and questions, the question was asked, like someone just had a liquidity event and they immediately turn into a check writer. They're check writing, they buy a cool boat, house, whatever, but they also start investing in things that they have freaking no clue about. They're investing in startups and blockchain this and AI that and things that they might not have any. So your plan is the part of the playbook is to create a governance and create this process, right? As you're seeing this, why do you think there's such a temptation to be a check writer? Let's put boats and cars and fun stuff, but why do you think there's such a temptation to be an investor in all of these businesses that you have no clue about? Where does
Okay.
that from come from?
Well, one, back to what I said before, ego, right? So you sold your company, your buddy wants is it done really well in real estate or private equity or venture capital. Once, hey, you just sold your company for $1 billion, can you cut me a 5 million? So that's part of it. Um, I think two, why they start in writing checks right away. They don't know any better. I mean, this is a new industry. I mean, 68% of the family offices that exist started since 2000, and half started since 2008. So this is a very, very new industry. And there's $10 trillion in capital and 124 trillion, as I said, coming downstream to the next generation. So, but because it's so new and the model doesn't work, if 25% make it to G2, 10 to G3, and 5 to G4, and it's fragmented, inefficient, and siloed, you're working off a model that isn't really, there's no playbook. So what we're trying to do, and I think how this is going to play out, is a lot of these conferences, they're pay to play. It's sort of like, and I'm friends with a lot of people who run the conference, and there are some good conferences, but it's sort of like if you're speaking, you might be smart, you might be an idiot, but you spent 25 grand, and that's why I'm listening to you. So these conferences have become service providers pitching to service providers. What we did at Booth, because we don't have to make money, right? So rather than that, we had a Nobel laureate speaking about tariffs, right? A professor who had no agenda, wasn't trying to sell anything. So I think that it people look at things. I think when people start understanding this, this isn't to me right. Well, it isn't an efficient industry right now. I used to think we were in the second inning, then the third inning. Now I think we're almost back to the first inning because of the inefficiency. So it's a fascinating market, and but my world is literally changing in real time.